Welcome, Tara Me and More. We're doing our singles reading for the first part of March. This is for our Capricorn friends who are completely single. And we call this the four pillars. We look at the compatibility in terms of emotional compatibility. And we look at the intellectual compatibility, the sexual compatibility, and lifestyle compatibility. So the four pillars, what you need to have a really solid relationship. What we do with this particular reading is try to find your person. Who's the person? Not that's your next mistake, but your next soulmate that you're guided to by spirit for your greatest good. Okay, let's try to find them. Such that if we're out on a date, let's pretend we're out on a date, and we're going to try to describe this person. And, I'm sorry, but I'm not so big on the physical thing. We might get some hits on astrology if you're into that. I hope that you are, and we often see that. We're really looking at here is a temperament, behavior, that kind of thing. Describe what their intellect is like, and hopefully you'll be able to identify them. So if you're out on a date, you're going to be going, whoa, this is exactly the man or the woman or the girl or the boy, or we'll look at it that Tara Me and More described as being my person. And then I'm going to go, thank you, ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner, because that's like the point of this exercise, okay? All right, Capricorns. Let's see what we got here. You're showing up. This is, this is going to be your person showing up in terms of their emotions, in terms of their intellect. Very interesting. Challenging read, this one. In terms of their sexuality. Well, I like it. Wow. They are definitely a fire sign, Mars. Sag, Aries, or Leo. You lucky dog. Okay, Capricorn. And then this is in terms of their lifestyle. Let's see what we got here. Bottom of the deck's 10 of Pentacles. So, this might be someone who's substantial. There's somebody look just at that 10 of Pentacles. Someone who is established in life at least. Now, emotionally, with the 7 of Wands over the Knight of Swords, boy, this is someone that's triggery as hell, I gotta say. This thing keeps moving around. And somebody who's probably quick to be, takes offense easily, is defensive. That's tough energy emotionally, so it means they probably come from a difficult place in the past, I think. But now this is your person, so describe how they are. And someone like this, given love and, let's say, care by someone that appreciates them otherwise, they can settle down over a period of time as they learn to trust and feel more secure. But this is definitely the person. You're going to notice this on the first date. You might want to try to talk to them about their past relationships. But you're going to notice that and they may quickly speak ill of their past relationships. They did this, they did that. And it is kind of like that too. This may be someone, they're not really that in touch with their emotions. Like if they have an emotion, they try to get away from it. Right? They run away from it. With the 7 of Wands, energetically. I mean, what is that? Could be anything from drinking to just changing the subject to not being emotional. And then when the Knight of Swords, like verbally, like denying it. And I think kind of like there's an energy just of projecting. I think this is someone who projects their emotions on others because they're not in touch with them. And but you maybe can help them with that. And over time, perhaps by saying, hey, I realize you just projected all over me. Yeah, that really is not me. I think you're talking about yourself. But I think this is something you would notice as in a conversation, how they are emotionally. As you get to know them, as you're talking to them, even maybe on the first day, I think this is going to stand out. Now, intellectually, got a picture here, a little bit like the emotional, because again, you don't get in this energy if something didn't like put you there. So they may have been really challenged in childhood, like, abused, but also their self-esteem kind of challenged. They're emotionally and intellectually, like you're not good enough. Like, why are you making that ugly face? Stop crying. They could have been bullied. You're a sissy. Stop crying. You look ugly. Bullied by their parents. They didn't want to deal with them emotionally. Is why they don't want to deal with emotions. And then the same thing I think is going on intellectually here. It's like, when they would speak up, somebody would shoot them down. Well, that's stupid. It might have been their father that did this to them, and or their mother, and maybe the siblings. A lot of times in family they pick out the scapegoat, and they might have been the scapegoat, and it's like they could nothing they ever said didn't meet criticism. If they said it was black, someone else say, well, that's stupid. It's obviously dark blue. Maybe it is black, but and I think intellectually, they may hang back a little bit, and it's not like they're stupid, but they're going to be reticent. Like what you might notice, okay, they might say, you might be discussing something, whatever it is, and then they may, instead of driving into it and saying, well, I think blah, 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 they may say, well, really, well, what do you think, Capricorn, about that subject? I'm curious of what you think about it. So they don't have to put themselves out there. They may be a little reticent. And they may not be very confident, in their mind. And they may have a fine mind, but I really think that something went on where when you're told as a child, every time you open your mouth, that it was stupid, you maybe learn, don't open your mouth. Now, I got to tell you, sexually here, I think they maybe express, and I don't think this is necessarily bad, but maybe that sexually is where some of their emotions come out. And I'll stick with the fire sign, Mars and or Venus, Leo, Sag, and Aries. But they're really going to be passionate in bed. And I think you're going to find if you reach into your inner empath and you really care about them, that they're sublimating a lot of this emotional, especially, and even intellectual energy of being inadequate and being triggery. And when it comes to sex, it's like maybe they let that go. Maybe it lets them get out of some of this energy, and they're able to be freer and more expressive sexually than maybe in any other area of their life. And by that I mean even in terms of lifestyle issues. Because when we go to lifestyle, when you got the Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess, that's quite a opposite there, energy. And the Four of Pentacles in lifestyle, there's someone that that's like a cheapskate, and that kind of goes with their personality too. This guy, they're holding on to their pentacles, and um, covering the heart, and you can't really do anything with your hands when you're holding your pentacles like that. Um, so they're afraid that they won't have enough. They want to hold on to what they have. Um, and with the High Priestess here, there might be a part of them that wants to go deeper, kind of go beyond the material things. It could be like it's called a dichotomy in their personality. Um, so they're probably always going to be tight and kind of aware of their resources and concerned that they have enough and wanting to hold on to it. And maybe if you just realize where that's coming from again, that sense of maybe everything was taken from them in childhood, their self-esteem, their voice, their childhood may have been taken from them. And the only place they can really open up, this is someone, I will tell you, if you get in a relationship, you have to have a tough talk. Do it after making love. I don't think it's manipulative. Have a good time, make love, and then maybe in the afterglow, that's where you kind of get them a little soft, and in a very loving way, you go to where you have to go, because that might be when they're kind of at their most open and most comfortable in being vulnerable. What I think with the lifestyle, this might be someone that expresses some sense of like they've always wanted to do something that's intuitive. Remember, the High Priest is like the feminine magician, so they really wanted to use all of their skills to do something profound, but they felt like they've been kind of tied down to some kind of workaday grind, or just having to make a living. So there could be some kind of yearning for something deeper, in their life. And there's something deeper in their life too. That doesn't have to be work. This is lifestyle. They may be yearning for something deeper in terms of love, just meaning and depth in their life, is what that is. It's like something more than Netflix, something more than the mundane world. They may not really know what it is, but it may be something that they're always seeking in terms of their life. I got a feeling this could be something, Capricorn, that you could help them with too. So you're going to notice this triggeriness, this defensiveness, and you're going to notice this insecurity intellectually and reticence, timidness maybe intellectually, and if you do get to the sexual part, I haven't got a feeling this is going to be a person that's going to be vocal about sexuality like on a date, but I got a feeling like, man, like you're going to go, like it's going to be like a Virgo rising. You're going to, once you get behind closed doors, it's like you're going to be surprised at the kind of passion they can bring. I don't know anything bad, but be good. That part be good. And you may have to help them a little bit when it comes to this lifestyle thing. Like what it comes down to with them is they need to let their hair down. They need to trust their path, trust their instincts, trust their intuition. More than that, trust their purpose, lean into their purpose. And in order to do that, they might have to let go a little bit of the coins of trying to hold on to every little energy. And also this is the manifestation thing too. It's like, use these coins to get what you want. So if you're just sitting there holding their coin, this could be someone that's been saving money in thinking about retiring, but they never have allowed themselves to dream about where in the world they could retire, or they don't allow themselves to take a vacation. Maybe they could if they gave up one of the coins and do something they always dreamed of, go to Tahiti or Bali, this amazing big honeymoon on the beach. Um, and I think it'd be good for them to do that. I got a feeling like you might end up helping them to do that. Because this is going to be your person, Capricorn. So thank you. And let me know these readings. We do personal readings, and if anybody's on a dating site, tell him I think this could really be helpful. Because a lot of these can be identified even without actually going on a date. Nowadays, you get online and talk, and a lot of people go pretty far there. We all do, many of us, and you can learn a lot about a person, before you even meet them. Some of these things could become relevant here or obvious. Maybe not the sexual part till you meet, but rest of it, I could get a sense from it just simply by not even actually having the first date. So, like, share, subscribe. It really means a lot, really helps, and we'll see you next week for the last half of March. I'll try to get those out early.